Where's your MVP? I don't see him. Anybody seen Curry? Is he over there? Steph, where you at? No, Steph Curry. Not Steph Curry. Steph, the MVP. The one that's supposed to close the show and prove he's the most valuable player in the league. Oh, y'all didn't see him? I didn't either. Somehow he got 23 points, by Habitants. But where was he today? They needed a leader. Nowhere to be found. Still think Draymond's not that important? Draymond Green? LeBron has 41. Kyrie, 41. They both combined for 82 points. It's embarrassing. Barnes, Iggy, all these guys are great. But they're not supposed to be on the court together that long. See, what makes them great is that when they start, the game starting to suck a little bit, or the chemistry is starting not to flow, they can be subbed out. Another player comes in, and they're able to shine. You take one component, one key component out of that lineup, who gets them all balanced, which is Draymond Green. You see what you see here tonight. It was an 8-point game, and it looked like a 20-point lead. That's how they played. They didn't have anybody to step up in leadership to take over the game. They didn't have anybody who knew what they were going to do. Steph couldn't even get the ball. He acted like he didn't want it. He wanted somebody to catch him in stride, like, you take it, I'm going to run around. Come on, give me the ball. Oh, man. Terrible basketball. Terrible basketball play. Cleveland beat them by straight will. They knew Draymond ain't there. Oh, we got this. We can go aggressively to the hole. We could just stop and pull up with these little 15-footers. Wasn't going to happen if Dre was in the game. Dre wasn't going. See, y'all fans don't understand basketball. That's why you don't get the importance of how they robbed Golden State of this game. By taking Draymond out, this is the results you're going to get. By not blowing whistles in the second half, this is the kind of game you're going to get. Golden State went to the hole, but they weren't going to get any calls. Nah, not tonight. The league need more games. They want this to go 7. I had Cleveland in 7. I want Cleveland to lose now, more than ever, because of what they pulled off to make this mockery happen. Suspending Draymond. The league would have looked embarrassed had Golden State won tonight. If Golden State had won tonight, do you realize the type of problem they would have faced? They'd have had to have a celebration without Draymond Green, who's probably the MVP of the series for Golden State. So you want to have a celebration where the MVP candidate is not even there and not allowed to come and celebrate with his team? That's going to bring up another discussion at the end of the season for the league, because never have they been presented with a situation where that dumb, idiotic rule that they made, this is the back end of that. When everybody agreed, oh yeah, I don't see a problem with it, no problem, and agreed to that garbage. This is the kind of, see, if I was in the room, I'm the guy that finds the problem in ideas. That's my job. People come up with an idea because they don't see the problems. And I say, okay, well, here's the worst case scenario. What if you have to suspend a guy for a game where he's going into the next game to clinch a championship? He's not allowed to be in the building. He can't celebrate if they win. Now what? So their results was, let's stretch this series. We can, then that way we eliminate this problem altogether. Now it's averted. Now it's 3-2, and it's going back to Cleveland. That dumb. Anyway, good luck to those people from Cleveland, fans who's going to be all excited. Dre's going to be back, and I hope they win it in Cleveland. That would make it the failure even more complete. But Steph Curry has to decide what he's going to do. Are you an NBA basketball player or not? I don't know. But you've got to learn how to run plays. In the second half, there are two halves of basketball, Steph Curry. In the first half, you can do all the creative stuff you want. Second half, you have to play smart, cerebral basketball, which means you have to put pressure on them. They broke out. The game was tied at halftime. You had no excuse. They broke out and jumped down your throats because this is it for them. You had to put pressure on them right away so that they can start exploding and turning on one another and taking bad shots and feeling the pressure. You didn't put any pressure on them. Y'all just laid down and played sorry basketball. And you're the leader, you're the MVP, so I have to address you first. Steph Curry, if he's so good, where was he? Why he couldn't stop this? They were down by 5 and 6, and it felt like 25 watching the game. There was nothing they could do. And where was, oh my goodness, the Splash Brothers, Klay Thompson. He was just out there running around lost because he couldn't get the ball in transition. He couldn't get the ball when he wanted to, when he needed to. Iggy had it way too long. Barnes is on the floor way too much. He needed a break. He needed to be out the game, so they had Livingston in at certain times, but the switches were coming in late. Once again, all this keys all around Draymond Green. Now you see how important he is. I want the Cleveland fans to acknowledge this before they start coming with this LeBron's a beast. Before I hear all that nonsense. What will happen to the beast when Draymond was playing? I ain't see the beast. Didn't see no beauty in his game either. All I saw was a guy going in there and couldn't get what he wanted, so he started crying and complaining. He got what he wanted today. He can pull up, hit the little easy shots, because you need Dre's physical attributes on defense. Now you see he's the key, the engine that makes the boat go. Who's more valuable, Steph Curry or Dre? Exactly. I've proved it how many times? How many videos have I made addressing the same situations? Why? Because Dre plays basketball. Steph Curry's playing a varsity. And this is not. This is the NBA Finals. You can't play a varsity out here. You got to learn how to play the game correctly for 48 minutes. And if you can't do that, then you don't deserve to win. So if Cleveland comes back and win 3 in a row, proves me right, I'm not going to be happy. Because I don't like to see this coward, James, walk away with a ring to get at loser city a championship that don't deserve it. Because he don't deserve it. For what he did to ruin this game that just happened tonight was atrocious. Game 5 was already ruined and tainted before they even played the game. So, not to mention Kyrie had a great game. You know, it's overshadowed by the fact that Draymond didn't play. So, it's like, okay, well, Draymond didn't play, so none of this counts. Yeah, Kyrie finally had a good, decent game on the road. Okay, big deal. He had nobody when he went to the paint to come over and help except for Barnes. If Dre was there, it would have been a lot different. They could have played Bogut more. They had to sit people down and put them on the inactive list because Dre wasn't playing. He had to be active even though he's suspended. It's the stupidest rules the NBA has ever done. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted with the play of the Golden State Warriors and how their fans, Golden State Warrior fans, okay? You fans, what, are you blind? I understand you, yeah, but we won 73 games. It don't mean anything if you don't win one more. This whole season, you can flush down the toilet. If you don't win one more, the New England Patriots had an undefeated season and lost in the Super Bowl within the last minute of the game. Do you realize it means nothing? That whole season meant nothing unless you win it all. So going undefeated, all those games, they didn't lose to nobody. But they lost one game all year, and they have nothing to show for it. One game. So do you want to win 73 games, get to this point and lose, and then think it's okay to talk about that, to brag? You shouldn't even mention that. We won 73 games, but we lost in the finals. Yeah, we only needed to win one, but we couldn't do it. So close. No, y'all look stupid. You guys need to say to Steph Curry, you need to quit kissing his butt and say, look, Steph, you are very talented as an individual ball player. You have natural abilities that you have, and you have a gift for shooting all these threes, but it's a time and place for that. This ain't regular season no more. This is the playoffs. We need you to be the leader of the team. Lead. Learn to lead. They needed him tonight, and he was nowhere to be found when it counted. When it was time for him to step up, clank, 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 clank. Couldn't get to the line. Could barely hit a layup. Where were you, Steph? There was plenty of opportunities and shots they gave you right in the area of the open floor. I mean, right by the free throw line, that 15 feet. The defense was spread out. You got to the second level. You needed to pull up there. You continued to forcefully drive inside. No one's there to back you up. You don't have Dre in there to help get the boards. It's hard to critique a game like this because it's terrible. Because it's all tainted. Nobody should want to win like this. But you do what you got to do. I mean, give Cleveland credit. They came out and took advantage of the fact that Draymond wasn't there. Kevin Love still played like an atrocious type game, but it'll go unlooked because, he really wasn't needed. Kyrie just got a rhythm, and that was it all night long. He's still playing one-on-one basketball, but he made the decision to go right away. He didn't hesitate. He just went. And then as he got comfortable, the game started to change. LeBron was hot. Kyrie was hot. They didn't let any unauthorized people shoot until they were on fire and then open it up for everybody else. But Cleveland made the decision to hit the gas and go. Not waste time, go. And that's what they did. So I'm not mad about the series. I just think that from a fan perspective, I wanted to see a fair game. I don't think Draymond should have been suspended. And by them ruining this game 5 and tainting it, and it's going to come back to Cleveland, Golden State's going to have to play a perfect game to pull that off. You're going to have Dre back. Now we're going to see the difference. Now we're going to see if LeBron going to put up the 41 he just put up tonight when Dre is on there. Let's see if he's shooting over 50% or around that when Dre's in there. Let's see if Kyrie finna score 40-something points when Dre's in the game. Let's see if Golden State won't score 100 points with Dre in the game. You see? People be like, but Dre, he had only 16 points, 8 and 7, because you are ESPN guy. You don't see the game. He creates things for other people defensively. All the things he does, setting screens, battling for the boards. His energy level, getting the team pumped. They need him. Curry leans off him. He needs Dre. Dre can get you the ball where you need to be when you need it to shoot. Dre can pass it for you and get the open shots. They're going to leave Dre open for shots. And he'll nail them. Half those shots Barnes missed, Dre would have been taking them. He'd have made a couple. Or he would have made an interior pass in the paint and got a 3-point play or something. Dre is the difference maker. But now we all know it. But watch, some idiotic Golden State fan will get into this, go in the comment section and leave something completely stupid trying to credit Steph Curry for something. And I blame y'all because y'all watch ESPN. Y'all don't watch the games. And ESPN sells you all this incredible Steph Curry stuff. They had a special one with these little kids running around. I like Steph Curry. I'm like, oh, gosh. I'm just getting nauseous watching all this crazy Steph Curry stuff that they keep putting on ESPN. It's like, look, the guy's okay. He's good. He's not outstanding. He's not the best player on their team. Really. He isn't. Not complete basketball player, he isn't. So, I understand what they got. They got to have the one guy they got to crown. But overall, we all know what it is. And you got to start defensively rotating over a little better. I understand Cleveland made some of the shots tonight. But the rotation was not crisp and mentally falling apart in the fourth quarter. What was that all about? And once again, it falls on Steph. What plays were you running? It was so sporadic. You got guys slipping and falling on the floor. Timeout should have been called right then and there. And said, look, collect yourselves. This is when we close the game out. This is what championship teams do. They close the game out. They know how to close games out. That's what championship teams do. They can be down 7 with 2 minutes to go and win the game. Championship teams know how to do that. They don't panic when the pressure's on or getting too late. They always feel they're going to win the game. Golden State don't have that yet. They have to be up. They got to be somewhere near close or some of the players start packing it in. You live by the 3, you're going to die by the 3. You better learn how to play this game the way it needs to be played, because if you don't, you might not get that one victory. And it's your boy Karceno. I'm out.